In 2022, in one of the wealthiest zip codes in America, water district workers started to driving neighborhood to neighborhood, but not to read the meters, but to install them. A small metal disc with a hole inside, clamped to the pipe feeding home. After it went in, the water pressure collapsed. 30 gallons in a minute dropped down to 1. Enough to cook and wash, but not enough to run a garden, fill a pool, or live the way you did yesterday. The homeowners hadn't lost their water. They lost the rate of it. Turn it down from a control room, by decision, not by drought alone. That was California. That was legal. And it's the softest version of what's coming.
Let's follow the pipe and see what's been built. The device in California is called a flow restrictor. The Las Virgenes Municipal Water District in the hills above Los Angeles developed it in-house because, in their own words, nothing like it existed to buy. Once a household exceeded its water budget 4 times, a restrictor went onto the line, cutting flow from 30 gallons a minute to roughly 1. Around 7% of the district's customers were flagged as eligible. The stated reason is drought. The actual capability is a dial on your water supply that someone else controls. Now widen the lens. Smart water meters are being rolled out across the developed world on the same logic that brought us smart electricity meters: efficiency, conservation, real-time data. In England and Wales, water companies are installing millions of them under national water-saving targets. Each one reports household consumption on a schedule to a central system. And once the meter is smart, the tap is programmable. The difference between reading your usage and limiting your usage is a line of software, not a new pipe. Here's where it stops being about drought. In 2004, the city of Johannesburg installed prepaid water meters in the township of Pirin. The system was simple. Each household received a free monthly allowance. When that allowance ran out, the meter shut the water off automatically. No notice, no person, no appeal. Just a valve closing when a number hit 0. Residents took the city to court, arguing that a meter which cuts off a family's water the moment they can't prepay is not a utility. It's a switch. The case reached South Africa's highest court. The residents lost. The prepaid meters were ruled lawful. Sit with what that means. A court of law confirmed that automatic, remote, no appeal disconnection of household water is a legitimate way to run a city. That precedent exists now. The West runs on credit meters today. You get billed, you get warnings, you get time. But the hardware being installed is the same hardware. The only thing standing between a warning letter and an automatic shutoff is policy. And policy is the cheapest thing in the system to change. I'm not speaking about this theoretically. I spent the last week in the mountains of Rila and Pirin, at the source. Where I live, the water doesn't come from a district. It comes from gravity, from snowmelt and spring, moving downhill the way it has for 10,000 years. Through pipe, I laid myself. No meter, no budget, no allowance that resets on the first of the month, no number that can hit 0. When a water district in California turns a family's pressure down to a trickle, and a court in South Africa says a meter can shut a home off automatically, I think about the spring above my house that answers to no control room. This isn't romance about mountain life. It's arithmetic. The most basic input to human survival is water, and the question the next decade will ask everyone is brutally simple. Does yours come from a source or from a subscription? The water meter isn't just a billing device. It's the same architecture as the electricity meter in the last episode. A monitoring terminal with a valve attached to the one input you cannot live 3 days without. California showed us the dial. Johannesburg showed us the switch, and a court that blessed it. Neither required new technology. Both required only a decision. The question isn't whether they can meter, restrict, and disconnect water remotely. They already do. The question is whether you'll still have an answer to that when the policy catches up with the pipe. The exit is the same as it's always been on the blueprint. Own your inputs. Start with the one that keeps you alive. This is the blueprint.